Hey guys, I'm back with another market update part 2, so let's get started. Alright, so Destined Rivals keeps rising. It's at 263. You see this big increase over here. It was down to 245 before, and yeah, it's finally recovering. And I'm looking at the price ladder. It goes up to about 265, 266. That's kind of where possibly go toward. I see Trading Card World is back, and we're hitting its price point where it has 1,300 booster boxes, so just a ton of booster boxes. So that's going to put a ceiling on things for now, unfortunately. I think the cases were about the same, so I think that they're still around 260. Now we've surpassed the case prices. So the cases, you can still get a booster box for about 260, 259. So if you buy cases, it's still a discount. But yeah, booster boxes are up $3. ETBs are up about 50 cents. And when I look at cases, I see 3 sold. Not that surprising. They are at the discount right now. Someone actually bought one for about $15.90. So, but it looks like some of the cheaper cases are bought for $15.60, and now there's only 2 left. I would be surprised if we head toward $15.90 again pretty soon, because there's not that much. Like Destined Rivals is definitely getting more demand lately, or more hype. I don't know if the man numbers are technically more, but it's been very consistent. About 30, 33 is a little lower than before, but it's about 40 per day usually. But actually, it does vary. It's average about 40. And then ETBs sold um, about 16. Nothing too fancy with ETBs. And then PCTBs sold. They sold a lot more before. Last couple of days it was 15 and 13, but yesterday it slowed down back to 4. And I don't know, it could go to like the one close to 190, like 188, 189. And then bundles sold quite like not a lot, like 13. 13 is like a lot lower than normal. It's usually at least like 20 or 30. So not sure where bundles are heading toward. For Black Bolt and White Flare, the prices are pretty much exactly the same. The ETBs for Black Bolt are down by about $1. And let's look at demand numbers. We are 4 days from release and sold about 36 ETBs, just honestly a lot less ETBs than you would think. So I guess it is kind of split between 2 sets. Like Pokemon's been doing a lot of different things lately. Has a split set for black and white, and then had joined together box toppers. Like there's just been like kind of different twists on some of the recent sets. Um, Black Bolt bundles sold 26, so it's kind of around the same. And then binders are about 7. I do expect a lot of these things to drop around release, at least for a little bit. That's kind of been the trend. Could be wrong, but yeah, usually these do kind of drop. I see demand numbers aren't the greatest anyway. Like White Flare, demand went up to about 80 and 60, and now it's at 40. I know demand numbers will increase around release, but supply will also increase by quite a lot. There is actually there's these 25 for $100, and it goes to 105 for White Flare ETBs. For White Flare bundles, sold about 26, and for binders, sold about binders had a lot more, so sold at 12. So people are getting a little more binders. Probably track some other more products once release day happens, but right now, like honestly, the pre-release data is kind of iffy. Like everything kind of has been dropping after release day. Okay, so joining together, the prices are pretty much exactly the same, only a 1 cent difference for like this enhanced case. But booster boxes are still doing well. Like you see, the cheapest one's still like 217, 218. If you buy either this case or enhanced boxes, or it's like 225 from one of the cases or 235 from another listing. So let's just look at the demand numbers and where the market's heading toward. So 4 boxes sold for joining together, and it is still heading toward 220. I think Canyon trading code is still here. Otherwise, it's basically a 220 box. Let's look at the actual sales. Yeah, I do see a 220 sale over here, 220 over here. So people are paying these prices. For the other booster box, sold 3. And There's still a bunch of different blazing cards. I wonder what will happen once there are people who don't have a bunch of joining together and people will buy them up, because the price ladder is pretty good. But I do see people paying 235 for these, and yeah, I do see it goes up to like 249 up over here at 240. And then let's look at the cases. The cases affect the market quite a bit, and cases are still selling. I see one sold yesterday, one sold today. It's pretty amazing. People are paying $13.50 for cases, and yeah, there's only 7 left on this listing. Like, yeah, there's so little that people are not decreasing their prices. But they are all around the same over here at $13.50. A lot of these sellers might be worried that the price will go down. And then for this case over here, which is actually cheaper, no one's really paying attention to it, but there's 9 cases, so there's 16 total cases. There hasn't been a sale in about 5 days for this listing, even though it's a little cheaper. And then for ETBs sold about 8 yesterday, nothing too crazy. For PCTBs, they sold, they're selling like 1 per day, nothing too crazy there either. And for bundles, they sold 10, which is kind of decent, but yeah, nothing too crazy either. I think, again, I've said before, booster boxes are the main things to look at for joining together. Booster box and booster box cases. Okay, Hidden Fates. So I don't track Hidden Fates every day because I don't always expect things to change, but I tracked it about 4 days ago, and since then the pack price has gone up about $1, it's up 90 cents. And then the ETBs, they went down about $4, but there's some caveats to that, because for Hidden Fates, that was strange because there's a big buyout of Hidden Fates ETBs on the 12th. 12 of them sold, and even one sold the next day. Hidden Fates doesn't always have a lot of sales. So it was like kind of an abnormality. Someone bought 10 of them that day for $4.10 each, which was pretty good. So I expected the price to rise. I think what happened is that I saw this new seller appear today. They have some cheap Vivid Voltage Darkness Ablaze booster boxes that I also saw in my other booster box video. And so they have 2 of them listed for $4.10 if you buy both of them, you get some discount shipping. Otherwise, the price of Hidden Fates ETBs goes back to $5.15 after that, so it's a rise. And then there's a good jump over here to $4.40 over there, so I wouldn't be surprised if it makes that jump eventually. But yeah, there's a good there's a good price ladder over here. And then for packs, I sell okay. Like, 0 sold yesterday, and the last couple of days I sell about like on average 4 a day, so nothing too crazy, but the pack price is slowly going up. There's not really much coverage to Hidden Fates because it's mostly these 2 things that are relevant. Other things, there's not as many sales. I'd like to take this moment to shout out JB TCG. Honestly, this is one of the people I watched when I was getting back into Pokemon, and I really like this channel because he just had a lot of nice investing ideas. Like, he would call out things that did come true later on, but what's really good about his channel is that he goes over like what he actually invests in. And so I think this is a really practical channel for people who want to know what to make moves like each month, because he'll go and he's not spending like crazy money or anything. Usually I see about $2,000, but he does have like these like monthly videos. They do get more views, so like it is great to check him out like every now and then. He doesn't post like every day or anything, but I also think he's doing this like part-time as like a student or something, so it's really cool. He's using this stuff to fund his like education while he's doing other stuff also related to sports. So yeah, please check him out. Thanks, guys. For Paldean Fates, the main changes are the ETBs went up about $0.50, and then PCTBs went down about $2. So let's look at the listings. So I still see bundles going for about $69, which is pretty good amounts. 12 of them sold yesterday, 1 sold today, which is kind of a so-so amounts. Paldean Fates bundles don't sell crazy amounts, but sometimes they can go up to about 20. And just looking at the price ladder here, yeah, there are quite a few $70 listings up here, and Maverick Collector has a good amount of picture listings at 60, like 15 of them at $69. But yeah, we are seeing a strong price for Paldean based bundles. This is what I thought would happen a while ago. It just took a really long time to get here. But yeah, we were seeing $65 bundles pretty commonly. It just didn't really make sense to price price per pack wise, like why are bundles the cheapest thing? They are slowly getting closer to the pack price, which is about $12 right now. And when I look at the packs, so packs usually don't have that much crazy activity. 0 sold yesterday, 7 sold today. Don't really see any picture listings, and they really should be about 12.20. There's just one seller signing up for 12. And this is like a ton of essentials, 100 packs. I've seen them before Crowns yet. They seem to have like a lot of packs. For ETBs sold one yesterday, so they're selling kind of slowly, but demand's kind of going down a little bit. But I do see there's this big jump over here. So these two for about like 200 roughly, maybe, and then this is about 210 or 209. So don't be surprised if ETBs do a jump to 210, and then for PCTBs, 0 sold yesterday, so it actually broke its streak. It sold like one per day ever since July 1st, so it's like 2 weeks straight, selling every day. So no sales yesterday, and it could go to like 260. There's these Two Soda has a bunch of them for 255, and other than that, like a lot of these sellers mostly just sell one or two. But yeah, after those sell out, it could go to 260. And then bundle displays are about the same price. Two sold yesterday, which is quite a bit. Bundle displays are pretty expensive. Someone bought two of them, so a lot of money being spent there. And Trading Card World still has their 77. There's not a lot of sellers actually now that I look at it. There's only 6 sellers over here. So Trading Card World really has a good Nina Harrison, they have a good monopoly on, like, Nina Harrison seems to want to sell, but they're willing to sell like just a little below Trading Card World. So these are the two sellers affecting the boosted bundle display market. And if I look at the price per pack, let's see, Trading Card World usually goes up by like $50 to $100 at least. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. Usually they don't really sell much, and that's why you'll see like dramatic increases on bundle displays all of a sudden. For Crown Zenith sold quite a bit of packs yesterday at 83. Usually the average is about 30. 151 didn't sell as many packs at 63, and Prismatic sold a decent amount at 100. The prices of everything is pretty much exactly the same as yesterday. So I'm just gonna look at what else changed. So I think the Crown Zenith graph broke, so I only see all these zeros here. So I don't get TCG player. Why do your graphs keep breaking? There's still quite a few packs around 1090, unfortunately. That's like 160 packs, 170 packs. So we still haven't quite flushed out Crown Zenith packs yet. CN's guy sold one yesterday, and yeah, there's still a bunch of Jam Seekers over here for 173. ETBs, they reached a new high yesterday of 189. 0 sold yesterday though, and there's a lot of people trying to sell for about 189, so I think it'll be a little stagnant from here. There's actually quite a lot of supply. Like I see 9 here, I see 15 here, another 9, so it's like this is at least 40 ETBs all around 190. So I don't really see these going up anytime soon, really. And booster bundles sold 2, which is a good amount for booster bundles. Someone paid, they paid 102, 103, 104 booster bundles. Can you imagine paying that much for a Crown Zenith booster bundle? Yeah, a lot of people are still selling them for about $90, about $100. These 3 sellers. Kevin TCG Vault has the most at 6. Otherwise, there's 8, and then it'll jump to about 105. For 151, I mentioned that they sold about 60 packs. Bundles have gone back up to about 76, so up 250. UPCs went down to 405, unfortunately. They reached $410 a day as their all-time high, so down $5. And bundle displays, they went down quite a bit. They went down $21, and they've been kind of dropping from like about 1,000, like $995, $990, all the way down to $944. So that's about $15.70 a pack. It's still a good amount more expensive than the normal bundles. It's like $3 per pack more expensive. But if you see some other drops, like if it goes to like 900 divided by 60, 15. Let's see if it goes to like $800 somehow, which I don't think it will necessarily. But they're like $1333, $800 for booster model display. It's a pretty good price. It's only like it's less than $1 more than normal booster bundles. Alright, so I've been talking about booster bundles for a long time. Demand actually looks like it's rising a little bit, so I see 48 sold for $35 a day. But even in general, these bars look just a little higher the last about 5 days compared to the bars over here. So I'm seeing a little more booster bundle display, and the price has been going up. Yeah, I see 78, even getting to $79 of booster bundles. Though I wasn't kidding when I said these are going up. And the number of cheap, like a lot of these sellers at the lower price are like smaller sellers too. So these are just people who just happen to have some. They're trying to get rid of them. This is like 76. This is 76 as well. This is 77, 70. Like there's not even a lot of these. So yeah, we're heading towards $78 booster bundles and $100 booster bundles by honestly like the end of the year, or honestly, well, more realistically, $85 to $95 booster bundles by the end of the year isn't really that far fetched at this point. These things just keep getting bought up. For booster bundle displays, though, they're dropping, and there were 6 sold the other day, which is quite a bit. Someone actually bought one yesterday for $1,000. One of them with a photo. But yeah, these I think will do well long term. 151 is just such a obviously good set, and at this point, I don't really think they can reprint it to the ground. Like there's just like no way. And yeah, right now King MP cards has really cheap booster bundle displays. Otherwise, it goes back to 1010 actually. So this is actually more than before. And so yeah, I mentioned this. Like this generally happens. So Trading Card World will increase their price because they are really controlling the market price. At 521, people have to sell below them or to sell, and they raised their price recently by about $200. And usually what happens is that it'll go up, but not always straight away. Sometimes there's some cheaper sellers who sell out. These will sell out pretty quickly in the next couple of days, if not today. And we'll see it go really a lot closer to 1200. So yeah, so really, I don't know if the seller's trustworthy, but really good deal for 151 booster bundles. For packs, I said they sold about 60, and we're still seeing around $11 packs. There's just there's a good amount around here. It's about 40 packs. Otherwise, it is going to like actually 11.10 now. So 151 packs are starting to rise as expected. UPCs went down by $5, and 3 of them sold yesterday. 1 sold today, and it's just this one seller over here who's selling them $5 less than normal. Otherwise, it's still around 410. I even see some 415s over here. So UPCs are still doing fine. I had someone comment about like how the ETBs have been steadily rising. Yeah, 5 were sold yesterday, and yeah, they're at 560, and there's only one left at 560. Then it goes to 565, and then 570. Like most of the 151 products are rising pretty quickly. There's even this quick, like especially the more expensive ones. There's even this like good price jump over here from 280 to 295. And PCTB sold 4 yesterday. Like these things have gotten so expensive, people are still buying these. They're spending these are really like 690, 685, 685. So people are paying for this price, and yeah, honestly, we're getting really close to $700. For 151 over here, poster collection sold 26. Hopefully that flushed out some of the supply. But yeah, I'm not surprised that I feel like 151 has so much momentum right now that it's going to spread to all the 151 products. For this one, I'm still seeing a bunch of cheap posters over here, but it's not that surprising to me that the number of posters being bought is increasing, because this is at the rate 151 is going, you're going to be happy you bought these posters. If like a week or two or even a month later, I don't know if it's gonna be the best 151 investment out of all of them, but you're gonna be like, wow, like it's so much more expensive now for packs or whatever. Like posters are the cheapest way to get packs, except for maybe I had to recheck Blue Waters. For binders, it sold 2, pretty good. I'm guessing Barkbird cards still has their amounts. Yeah, Barkbird cards really affects the binder market too much. I mean, a lot. So 151 binders are kind of stagnant, and then Blooming Waters is still 126. Good amount was bought yesterday at 15. Demand seems like it's slightly higher recently. I see like it's about 10 per day. So selling about 5-7 per day, and we're still not quite at 130 yet, but I think we will get there. But yeah, Blooming Waters is kind of the main opportunity to get cheap 151, except for busters. Like these are the only things now that are less than $11 a pack, except for loose packs, which are starting to run dry as well. So this will eventually hit to like 130, 135, and then posters might reach around there too. But everything's getting more expensive. Bundles are reaching toward $13 pretty soon. And the price per pack, everything else is insane. Like $25 a pack for UPCs, $29 for ETB, $62 for a PCTB, $29 for a binder. And bundle displays are even like about $16. Alright, Prismatic. So Prismatic sold about 100 packs yesterday. I see all yellow today. Bundles are at 71, super premium, and bundles are up about $1. Actually, all these are up $1. So PCTPs are up $1 and pouches are up $1. So let's go over the listings. So super premium, so is at 212. So it's actually been around over 210 for a while now. So it's pretty good. It's recovered quite a bit. I don't know how much more we're getting lately. That figure collection's coming out, but I think maybe a good amount of the super premiums have been sold already. And yeah, we are heading toward 215 actually. So yeah, it's good that this is going back up. I remember telling people it's crazy because this is such a hype product and you could get so easily for like 190 before, and now it's gone back up, so opportunity's kind of gone. ETBs, the demand kind of dropped to 13. It's been heading to like 30, so it's at 112 now. And when I filter this out a little bit, I still see it going toward 115. So ETBs are recovering. For bundles, they're about 71, and a good amount of bundles were sold yesterday at 80. So 80 bundles were sold, and it is going toward like $72. So I wanted to go to 75 at this point. Maybe I'm getting greedy. So PCTB sold 10 yesterday after not having as many sold, and they're still kind of just in like the mid 220s, maybe reaching to 230s. These haven't really been moving. For packs, they sold about 100, and unfortunately, like prismatic packs are still pretty cheap. I see like 1010, 1016. Like there's about it's like 80 to 100 packs roughly. I just skimmed it a little bit for like less than 1020. So prismatic packs are really cheap right now. Booster bundle displays sold 0 yesterday, sold 2 the day before. The market's kind of, there's only 2 sellers, there's only 2 available, so this is a really volatile, or it's kind of you're not really sure how prices market with so many so few sellers. Surprise boxes sold 39. That's the most this whole month. That's a lot. And maybe I'll actually check the prices this time. I haven't really been checking surprise boxes. They're just like they've been so much higher before, and they're always in the same range. I still kind of see the same thing, despite so many being sold. Pouches, pouches were like a blessing for people for cheap packs. And I'm starting to see a few more $53 ones. I want these to go 53, but like they're just not as desired. 7 were sold yesterday. Binders are 65, and they sold about 4 yesterday. Looks like 4, and they're still always in the same range. So surprise boxes and binders are always in the same range. And then tin displays, anything sold. Tin displays has had really poor sales lately. No sales since the 7th, so no sales for a whole week. And there's just no one's really decreasing the price though. So 227, maybe there's not like a lot of them. All right, finally, Final Fantasy. So the main changes are the big one to the play box cases go down about $42, down to $11.75. Omega packs go up $1. Japanese collector packs go down $5. Otherwise, there's like $1 differences in collector packs. Boxes go up $1, and then collector packs themselves go down $1. So let's just look at this. Alright, so collector boxes. Demand has went down yesterday to 14. It was going up a little bit, from like the 20s, like the close to 40. Now it's down to 14. If I look at this, 1201. It could go to 1210, but the price ladder is like okay-ish. It could go to 1210. No one bought any cases yesterday, according to this. And yeah, I still see this like there's a big jump here from like 73.50. Like it's $150 jump. It's even 150, or that's like close to $200 jump. So there's a huge jump in cases right now. But case demand is slowing down a bit. But yeah, don't be surprised if you just see these suddenly go up like a few $100s. Packs sold 24. It's kind of 59, which is kind of normalish. Sometimes it kind of varies in that range. And yeah, there's still like these cheaper packs for about $100, and then the more expensive ones up here at about 104. For mega packs, yeah, mega packs had a sale yesterday. Someone sold a bunch of some cheap ones, and now demand picked back up to 46. I feel like a mega pack is definitely the thing that if you can't afford a collector box or whatever, you could just buy a mega pack. And so it's a great option for those people. But Magic Midnight has 29 of these at 114. Otherwise, they go just a few dollars more. But yeah, there's quite a bit now at about 114. And then collector box for Japanese sold one yesterday, one today. Nothing too crazy. Could go up $5 over here and another $5 here. So Japanese boxes have an okay price ladder, but only by like increments of 5. And then play boxes, they sold 65, kind of steady for play boxes. And yeah, a lot of the prices, I saw this yesterday, a lot of people are trying to bunch these up around 220. I feel like they're a little more desperate to get rid of play boxes. And for cases, 4 sold yesterday, 5 sold today for cases. So that's actually quite a bit of cases. And yeah, now there's this cheaper seller here for about like $25 to $30 less than normal price. And then it goes to 1206, and this is even like a $10 increase. So actually, I feel like the real price is around 1020, and these are some like cheaper sales over here. And then the gift bundle sold kind of the normal amount, 64 yesterday, 50 already today. If I filter this out a little bit, I get it goes like 171 to 172. It could go up like a few dollars basically. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks guys. Please like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.